Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United fans, welcome back to Dan United. I hope everyone has had as good a weekend as they possibly could have. The results this week have been nothing short of phenomenal, beautiful, and boy, oh boy, are we here for it. Cast your minds back a few weeks ago where we were all sat there. We were all saying, look, this isn't working. The formation, the players, is it the manager? Things aren't working. But then all of a sudden, we just found ourselves at 9:30 last night, 9:45, looking and going, we're above Chelsea. We're above this great Liverpool team. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this? City, same points. This is nothing short of absolutely extraordinary. And I want to go through it all tonight. I want to go through it all because the title of this is simple. They said we were finished. Then United won 3 straight. And this is exactly what we have been waiting for as fans for so long. This is what we've been waiting for. We've had so much grief from rival fans. We've had so much said about the fact that this club is finished. And yet here we are, a quarter of the way through the season in 6th place. I'll say that again, just in case you need to hear it louder at the back. A quarter of the season gone, 6th place. This is fantastic. And do you know something? I wasn't able to watch the game yesterday. Quick catch up on that. Mrs. Robinson's grandmother wasn't very well, so we were there all day. So massive thank you to Kev, who will be here later on, for carrying on the stream for me. Absolute superstar. So I was able to watch the game back this morning, watched it in its entirety. I watched the highlights, of course, but I wanted to get a feel for what it was. And I've got more questions about this team, and I feel like I'm being greedy, but I feel like these are questions we're going to have to ask. But whether people like it or not, whether the media like it or not, Manchester United at this moment in time have to be considered as European contenders. Now, what type of European football next season that is, we don't know yet. There's still a lot more football to play. I would love to see where we are in another 9 games when we're basically halfway through the season for us to really understand how the table is looking and where the land is lying. But make no mistake about it, something is clicking with this team at the moment. We've spoken about, is it the players getting it? Are the players just believing in this formation now? Are the players starting to understand what their jobs are? Is it a case of now the manager has the respect of everybody at the club and now everything he has said that would happen is starting to happen? There's so many variations of what is going on in this club. Now, there's 2 signings that he made this season that I think have absolutely been proven to be stunning signings. And it's obvious. It's Cunha and it's Brian. Okay, now yesterday we saw the both of them do exactly what we signed them to do, which was be menaces, be creative menaces. It's been nothing short of incredible. You know, we had a couple of games where they hadn't done anything and people were starting to say, oh, it's another load of money blown on players, the Manchester United way. Well, I'm here to tell these people that they should sit down, shut up and watch the games because they have brought exactly what we'd hoped. They've brought the Premier League experience. And I think that they're only going to get better. I think this team can only get better. Please bear with me when I say this, and I will go through your comments in a second. Don't worry. This team can only get better because the basis of what we're trying to create here is still missing key components. Yesterday, we saw it at the end of the game with the substitutions that were made, that there are players that are still coming onto the pitch, players that are starting games that aren't good enough. But somehow, the squad is just banding together and pushing through. Dalot, for me, I don't think is right. I don't think Dalot's anywhere near where we'd have hoped he could have been, so he's one. Dorgu, it's the second game in a row I've seen him come on, and I've looked and I've feared for him, and I've gone, I'm not sure at this kid. He's young and he needs time to grow. What I think he needs right now is a left wing back in front of him with experience that he can learn off. There is no way that he can be our first choice left wing back, which is why we're seeing Dalot there. There is problems with the depth in the squad. Yes, we had some decent players to come off the bench yesterday, and yes, it makes a change for us to be able to do this. But this team is absolutely heading in the right direction. The key components are going to be that midfield. The key components are going to be the wing backs. Once we've got these sorts of players in, and we're talking long way into the summer here, I think we're starting to see a different Manchester United. And I think it's one that rival fans are really starting to look over their shoulders and say, hang on a second, this isn't right. This isn't the Manchester United we've been used to. This isn't the Rúben Amorim that's been absolutely piss poor. This isn't the Rúben Amorim that warned United about a storm and the storm just kept coming. This is looking good. 3 in a row. We've got Nottingham Forest, which we'll go into all that later on. Nottingham Forest, who at the moment are struggling. They are absolutely struggling in the league. Lost again today. I think Manchester United have to be looking forwards now. We forget about the Brighton result after we've discussed it and we've enjoyed it. And we go on to the next one. Like I said to you a couple of days ago, before the Brighton game, you're only as good as your last result. And Manchester United are pushing in the right direction. But before I continue, let me go through some of these comments. You beautiful, beautiful people. Good to see you, Andy. Everything is okay now, mate. Everything is fine. Thank you very much for the love and support. And that goes to all of you yesterday. Don't think that I didn't see all the messages. I absolutely did. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Neil, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Steve-O, good to see you in the house. Chappie, as always, good to see you, my man. Wahaha. Never. Good evening, my friend. Good evening. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Mustafa, again, good to see you, my friend. If we beat Forest, Spurs, we're clicking. Yeah, well, we'll get into that in a bit. Phil Chappie, I always get caught up with that. Chappie says, I think we lack strength in depth and may struggle if we pick up injuries. I want to touch on that later on in the show. There are things that we need to talk about. Neil says, I'm not going to get carried away. A long way to go. No, I don't think you should, Neil. But at the same time, mate, I tell you what you should do. You should enjoy this for what it is, because we've struggled. We've been inconsistent for so long. At the moment, we're 3 wins on the bounce. We are one of the most informed teams in the Premier League at the moment, and it is showing. It absolutely is showing. So I get what you're saying, and you don't want to be in a position where you put all your hope and then we lose 4 or 5 and you go, well, that was pointless. But I kind of feel like we need to have that bit of chest about us at the moment. I do. The players look like they have that. We've seen it several times. We saw it against Liverpool, and we saw it yesterday, where we've conceded goals. And normally when we concede goals, we fall to pieces. We either draw or we go on and lose. Yesterday, what they did, the second one went in, we went up the other end and scored another one. It's been so long since Manchester United have been able to do that in a game. So don't get carried away, but also enjoy it. Enjoy it, because it's been too long since we can say this. And yes, I agree, Mustafa, they are both stunning. Steve-O says, I've watched it back, Dan. Oh boy, was our defence high and our 10s very deep at certain times of the match. Things aren't there yet, though, are they, Steve-O? I hear it. I absolutely hear it. We're not where we need to be yet, but the signs of what we're doing, I think we're moving in the right direction. So, look, there's going to be flaws in this team. There's going to be flaws in the way that they play. There's going to be gaps sometimes that are left. But you know what? Every team has their flaws. Ben, good to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing fan-dabba-dabba-dabba-dozy. Good to see you, Mark. He says, didn't I tell you I was super positive yesterday? Brilliant. Enjoy it, mate. It was a thoroughly enjoyable performance yesterday, at least until the dreaded substitutions. Wahaha, I agree with that. And Ben says, for anybody that didn't spot it, watch back our 4th goal again. Pay close attention to Bruno in the build-up. Unreal. Do you know something, Ben? You're so right. And before I carry on with what I was saying before, the 4th goal, it was everything. It was everything. Aiden Heaven plays the ball forward. And just as he plays that ball forward, you just see Bruno look, and he sees Brian making that run. And as soon as that ball is played, fakes it. Brian's already there, and it's his 2nd goal. It was stunning, absolutely stunning. And thank you. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate every one of you there with that. Thank you very much. She's doing a lot better now, and I hope you're getting well as well, Neil. It's tough out there at the moment, mate. So make sure you're getting all the help you need, and I hope you're feeling better, and I hope you get well soon. And Andy says, "Thought Casemiro was a beast." Question, Dan. I don't think Mbeumo is good enough. Yeah. I've got my thoughts on Mbeumo, which I'll talk about later on. But this is the reality at the moment, Manchester United fans. We are 6th. We are 6th on merit because we've picked 9 from 9 in the last 3 games. I've said to you all several times that we shouldn't be focusing on the teams around us. We should be just picking our points up and pushing as far as we can. But do you know what? Today, when I had a look and I saw the table, I thought, Let's see what today's results bring. Now, yeah, okay, Villa. We didn't want Villa to pick points up, but equally, actually, it's done us a favour because you look now and you think United could have been a couple of points behind City. It could have been more. There could have been a bigger gap. Manchester United are 2 points off second. Like, none of us. I don't care if you are the most hyped fan. I don't care if you are the most positive fan in the building. Nobody, not me, not you guys. If I'd have said to you, okay, going into November, we're going to be 2 points off the top, would have believed me. You'd have told me I'm stupid. You'd have told me I'm foolish. But yet here is where Manchester United find themselves. Now, yes, granted, it is still quite close down now, and we're going to have that. But this is where I'm talking about Manchester United now, picking those points up and starting to build that gap between them. We need to get to Christmas, absolutely need to get to Christmas and have some points barrier between us and the chasing pack. Because, as people have said, and as I will allude to here, Manchester United are going to lose Ahmad, Mazraoui, and they're going to lose Brian at the back end of December, potentially right the way through to the end of January, depending on how far they get through in the tournament and what it takes for recovery time. Now, Manchester United, this is why I think it's key, and this is why I think Manchester United will also be doing all they can in the next few weeks to be looking at those January transfers. And I think Manchester United will go out there and get that done early. I'm swaying away from the Baleba deal until the end of the season now because of AFCON. But I think there's going to be some movement. And I pray there's some movement because, look, the good times are rolling. Let's not forget we've had harsh times. But the question can be begged and should be asked, how much better could we be with a couple of decent midfielders? How much better could we be with a left wing-back who knows what he's doing and can offer that outlet? Who can offer that and build that partnership with Cunha? Because I tell you, Manchester United at the start of the season, before we signed anyone, were 10 signings away from being anywhere near Champions League. You know, they were, and that's just the way it is. Right now, I make it four signings before we become, I think, a team that can challenge to get into that Champions League season in, season out. Because the work is being done in the background. So we need to make sure that we have clear goals, not us as the fans, but as the owners and as the management. They have to have clear goals in their mind as to what they want to do with this squad. This can't just be, well, they're doing okay. And we've been used to this for a long time, chat. We've been used to this for a very long time. Manchester United looking, going, things are going okay. We don't need to do anything here, actually. Do you know what? They're sound. Look, they've won 3 in a row. They don't need reinforcements. Do you know what? We're okay. We're okay. We don't need that. This is where the ownership, Barada, Wilcox, Vivell, this is where they need to be really looked at in how good they are at their jobs. Because we've had a good start. We need more. Rúben Amorim needs more. If this is what we're like with still a few players being square pegs in round holes, imagine what we're going to be like with a few players that know the system even more. So I think there's going to be a lot. I think January is going to be an interesting one. Let me go through some more of these comments before I continue. And I will star that comment as well, Andy. We'll come back to the Menu thing in a bit, mate. Don't worry. Yeah, thank you, Ben. All good. Menu can play alongside Casse, not Bruno. I agree with that. Have a urine infection to wear catheter to help go for a wee. Interesting story, Neil, about a urine infection. That's how I met Mrs. Robinson. She was my nurse in hospital. The things you do, eh? Ben says, in those 9, we've already played Chelsea, Arsenal, City, and Liverpool. Also played Sunderland too, who are flying. Chuck Brighton in there as well, though, Ben. Let's not forget, Brighton have had our number season after season. They were our bogey team. We've really struggled against this team. So put that into there. That absolutely has to be into there. It does. They're a team that we have always struggled with. So I think we need to put a big plus with that as well. Wahaha, where does Bruno play? Bruno will start playing further forward, I think, Andy, especially with the AFCON coming. If we beat Forest, Dan, Dan is on course for race for Europe. I tell you what, mate, I've had some conversations about that already. Moxter, good to see you, my man. I hope you're well. And by the way, guys, before I continue, make sure you hit the bell notification when you've subscribed. We come live every night at 8 p.m. And this community, by the way, we are nearly at 1,300 subscribers. I can only do it when you good people hit the subscribe button. So make sure you do so. Now, I am going to have to change the screen. And by the way, thank you, Moxie, for that. I do appreciate that. And she's doing a lot better. Now, let me just change the screen because he thought he had a night off. And it turned out I'd forgot that it was Monday today, not Sunday. I forgot. I thought it was Monday today, and it was actually Sunday. So let me bring him in. There he is.
Yo!
How you doing, my man? You good?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Not bad at all, mate. We were just talking about what a weekend of football it's been.
But not bad, has it? Not bad at all, mate.
We should have seen the signs. We should have seen the signs, really, when we got to see Garnacho do his celebration on the board. You know, hey, I've scored my first goal, and be on the end, the losing end against Sunderland. We should have saw the signs, really. But yeah, so we're just talking, Kev, and I wanted to get your point on this as well. And chat, please make sure you get your comments in as well. I will get through them. Manchester United at the moment on a high, fantastic, 3 in a row. We're doing incredible. My question is this now where we have to, I think, really check how good Barada is, how good Wilcox is, and how good Vivell is? Because as you know, and as I know, Manchester United for so long, we've been so used to saying, well, we've won a few, teams are right, we'll leave them to it. This is now where we have to strike where the iron's hot for me, my friend. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, first of all, evening all. Well, good to see everybody, and thanks for joining in the stream yesterday. A great stream we had, but... you know what? Played devil's advocate the last time and said that we're going to need it if we start playing well. But absolutely, we need to now go in January and pump that market for as best as we can for whatever we're going to get. I know there was talk of Conor Gallagher. The Conor Gallagher talk's not gone down that well. But you know what? If we can get a couple of good midfielders, I think it might be one and then another one in the summer. But yeah, we need to just push right on now. Right on. And can I also just say, what was I saying all week about Brentford, Liverpool? What was I saying?
Correct.
Will beat Liverpool easy. And yeah, I know it was 3-2 in the end, but they were all over them. You know, you dropped in for like the last sort of bit of that half, and we were going mental at how long they were playing over in that first half. But they were all over them. Brentford were all over Liverpool yesterday. Liverpool looked really poor, and I've been saying it all week. I just had a feeling for that Brentford were just going to do one on Liverpool. But yeah, no, back to your question. Absolutely. We need to push on now. The team is starting to improve. You can see the system. Oh, the system is starting to get into...
Don't mention the system, Kev. I think I mentioned it once, and I think I got away with it.
I think you did. I think you probably did. But you saw Delict coming right out, following Welbeck right out into his own half, virtually onto the edge of the box. You saw Luke Shaw coming right out. And that's just giving that extra body in the midfield. They're starting to get it. They're starting to understand what they're meant to be doing.
I thought Luke Shaw was incredible yesterday. I watched it back.
They all were done.
I thought Luke Shaw was incredible. And Luke Shaw gets a lot of stick. I thought he was incredible.
He does. Questionable couple of subs, as I said on the day. I think we made 5 in the end. I think all 5 came on. Dorgu and Xerxes were the only ones really that let us down. I know some people weren't that happy with Mainu, but I think in the end he did enough to say, yeah, you're still not a starter, son, but you can come on and you can put yourself about. You can understand where we are in the game straight away. You can click into it. Unlike Dorgu, I'm going to give Xerxes the benefit of the doubt this time because he's not played at all. But he was very weak, very, very weak on that attempt to try and stop that header going in.
Abysmal.
But yeah, we need to push on now and get some extra couple of other players, and we are pushing right in there.
Cooking with gas. AFCON, we miss Ahmad, Brian, and Mazraoui. Don't forget that. Steve-O says Amorim did put a lot of subs on Dan over a very short period. I think if we made 1 or 2 subs, wouldn't have been squeaky bum time. I'm glad you said that, Steve, and you kind of alluded to it there, Kev, because when I watched it back this morning, I agree, and I praised Amorim for his substitutions against Liverpool. I thought they were exquisite. I think what he did yesterday wrong, and look, I'm not gonna batter him because I'm very happy with him at the moment. I think he tried to please some players yesterday, and I think he thought we're 3-0 up. Let's just make the subs. Let's get some legs, get some minutes in some legs. But unfortunately, the thing that you need to remember, and we all know this in the Premier League, is it isn't over till the final whistle. It is not over. And these teams, if they get a sniff that they've got a chance to get themselves back in the game, they will. So I think I'm not going to batter him on this. I actually think he'll learn from that yesterday. I think he'll look at that and go, right, okay.
He absolutely will. He absolutely will. And I think that's an important thing. And I'm sort of with you and sort of a little bit against that because, as I said yesterday at the time, if there's not a time to bring on people to try and get them a bit of game time, I mean, what's better than a 3-0 up? You know, was it 65 minutes or something?
Yeah.
I don't think we can batter him too much, as you said, because in his head you're thinking, right, well, these are expensive players. They're not like under 21 players that are coming on or anything. These are first team on the bench sort of players. They should be able to come on at 60 minutes with a 3-0 lead and not cock it up. Two of them did, and the others put in a decent enough show.
Yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button for me as well. A few of you in tonight. I like this comment from Mark, and I want to talk about this one. Dan, if this upward turn continues, and we have definitely turned a corner, I think Ineos deserves so much credit for staying calm and not making the rash decision through the storm. Do we have to give Ineos a bit of credit here in doing exactly what Mark has said here? Like, there are so many clubs, we've seen it this season already with Forest, with West Ham, who have looked and gone, we're in trouble here, right, we need to change the manager. Do they deserve that bit of credit in the bank now for saying, no, look, we back this manager. We believe in what he is trying to do here. We believe that he is the man to take us forward, and not doing that. Because think about it, we've had 2 international breaks where we've gone into both of them and we've not gone into them on very good form. And actually, you know me, Kev, and the chat, I think will would hopefully agree with me on this. When I'm wrong, I hold the L. And I was very rash. And I said, look, this isn't working. It's time to maybe shake hands and say, off you go, sort of thing. But I think them taking this approach has been the right thing. And actually, this is where I go back to it, though, mate, as well. If they can do something in January here and bring a couple of players in, bring in that left wing back, bring in a central midfielder, I think we have to start saying something maybe happening that's going good here. And have you noticed, since we've got that 3rd win in a row, zero talk about the investment, zero talk about the manager, zero talk about Ineos. United fans are enjoying this. So do we have to give Ineos a bit of credit here, Kev?
Yes, yeah, definitely. And hopefully they will seize the moment now and see. As long as we continue, as long as there's not, I don't think there's a big drop off coming now. I think we've hit a decent enough level that we're not going to plummet again now in terms of performance and all the rest of it. I think it can only continue to get better. Listen, there was still moments in the game yesterday we were like, oh, come on. That first 15, 20 minutes, Brighton with a better team. And I've listened to a few people talking about it, going, oh, that Brighton were clearly the best team the whole game and blah, blah, blah. That's all nonsense. Brighton could barely pass the ball at some points in that game. Yeah. Some of their passing was horrific. So as long as they seize it now and see that it is starting to click. We were saying that after Liverpool. Is it starting to click? Are we starting to click here? I think we can go another step and say we think towards saying it is starting to click. Seize that moment and go on and build the team more now.
And the thing we have to talk about as well with this week, Amorim would have been well within his right after the Liverpool game to have started the same team. Now, we know Maguire was injured, but Mount was there. I kind of think, well, maybe Mount would have been, maybe Mount, that's why he didn't come on, had too much of an injury. But he would have been well within his right to make a couple of movements here, but he didn't. He changed it again. And what we're seeing here, which I'm really enjoying, is we are starting to see that we know what our defence are going to be. We know the back three. Unless someone's injured, it'll be Harry Maguire stepping in. But we know that there's a settled team there. And yes, we've got Leacher to come back. Yes, Maguire to come back. But I just kind of feel like we're starting to see now with Amorim a more settled selection process. When he first took over, he wasn't happy with the squad. We know that. There were so many different variations of the way we saw this team come out. Now we're starting to see a bit more structure in who's coming. And I think it's only a good thing. I really do. Let me get through some more of these comments as well, because I don't want to miss out anybody. Mustafa says, can United try and get his hair cut to go? I bet he hopes he doesn't. He'll be losing a lot of money when that goes, because everyone will go, oh, well, he's done now. We couldn't have asked for a better weekend of football. And
crazy results again.
Ben hits it on the. This was beautiful to watch today. I was in Cheshire Oaks buying Mrs. Robinson a bloody barber jacket. He got subbed on. And then
come on. I didn't realise he got subbed off.
Did you, mate? His reaction when he got subbed off, he was what?
Yeah, I didn't see the end of the games. I was out with my mum, as I'd said to you, so I didn't see the end of the games. I missed the end of the games. Great. I had it on the multi-screen. That's great. That multi-screen, all the games going at the same time. It was absolutely brilliant watching that.
But he had that. The world-class Rashford, the Rashford reborn, the man who's been kept back at Manchester United, lost against Madrid today. So that was
I can't believe Sancho got subbed off.
Oh, mate, I can. He's shite. He's shite.
He must be good. Before he started that game, he'd only played 9 minutes.
Mate, this is, and I don't want to talk too much about Villa because we're not a Villa fan channel, but this is why I couldn't understand why Emery went for him. Like,
I don't understand either.
He is so far away from being an Emery signing. It's ridiculous.
I've watched a couple of videos saying his career's done. He's 25 and his career's done already. I mean, there's so much going on in his background, which I didn't know. And I know we're not talking about Sancho. I didn't know all that stuff was going on in the background for him. What a waste of a talent. What a waste of a career. Crazy stuff.
I agree. Belabor looked okay, but there are better players out there for the money, says Andy. We'll talk about Belabor in a bit because I've got a couple of things I want to go through with him, and I'm sure Kev will have the same as well. And good to hear you're a lot better, Neil. Good to hear, mate. A lot of people saying about Belabor wasn't okay. Poor, okay.
He made a few bad passes, definitely.
Casemiro had Belabor stuffed in his pocket.
Our midfield had him all day.
Yeah. Let me just have a look. And there you go. Some love for you, Kev. Hiya, Kev. Did you hear what Welbeck said? It was the best United team they have played for a long time. Yeah, I heard that. I absolutely heard that. And
what a free kick, Dan, by the way.
Hey, I said at the start of the season to you, I said this last season on Football's 12 Man, I wanted this guy back as a backup striker.
He should have never have gone in the first place.
I agree. I did see
he wanted to go and everything. I know he wanted to play, but man, that was such bad decisions to let some. I know generally the players that we've let go of in the past, we've gone, well, look who's come in instead of. But wow, that was I can't believe how 35, and he still was. He was, for me, it was their best player yesterday on the pitch. For them, it was the best player. And that free kick was an absolute belter.
Just laughing at Ben here. Ben's trying to ban me.
I know that's what I was saying in the stream.
Back in brigade.
More lives for Dan.
Back in brigade. Thought Brighton helps out a lot. They were rubbish. Watson fella was good. Yeah, Brighton weren't great, but again, I think
he looked good when he came on. And that's what I was saying as well.
He's the boy from Sunderland, isn't he?
He came on with a big head, and we can't let that head get any bigger because he had a couple of good runs through our midfield, a couple of good runs on the left-hand side, and I thought someone needs to snap into him and just chop him down a couple of inches.
Get into him. Can't argue with the signings. All four are game changers. Get two midfielders and a left wing back, and could be really good. Yeah, I think this is so true, Anthony. This is all I want now. Okay, I know we're getting to Christmas, and I'd love lots of things, but all I want in January is a midfielder and a left wing back. If we can do those two in January, I think we'll be fine getting by until the next season. Look, if we can get European football, it helps us massively. It adds more money to the club. It gets more money into the transfer kitty. So, yeah, we'll see. The system, you could see, it was awesome for 70 minutes, says Anthony. It was very good. I must say that it was very good. Zone defend in a corner and putting a player that's played 80 minutes all season to the first post was questionable. Disagree with that, Wahaha. This guy hasn't sat there not playing, not training or doing anything. The guy's been in training sessions.
By the way, defending corners is fairly fundamental stuff that you're going to train every single day that you're training. And if you can't defend the set pieces will be worked on and worked on. In-game play, yeah, I can understand mistakes getting made. Not from set pieces.
No.
Everyone should be drilled in the brain. And before, it's not like he didn't know what he was doing before he came on, what he needed to do. He's not stupid. He's not 16. He's not 17. He should have been able to sense the tone of where the game was. We were 3-1 at that point. Get right on the back of everyone. Don't give them a single inch. I was disappointed with letting the second goal in.
Yeah.
The first goal, yeah. Again, Dorgu, slap pass out to Brian Mbeumo. Mbeumo couldn't control it. Both of them trying to get back. Lucky not to go off, probably. Arguably should have been sent off. I don't know. They were saying the ball was away from him. It was closer to the keeper by the time the challenge was made and all the rest of it. So, yellow card. But it's from that we then concede that free kick. And a free kick's a free kick. If it's going to go in or if it's going to go over the stand, then that's what's going to happen. But he belted it in. And at that point, Bruno or whoever should have gone, right, wind your necks in everybody. No more. We've got like 5 minutes or something. Crack into this team. We've done so well to get to this point. And then bloody 90-year-old James Milner puts his cross in and that's it straight on the front post. Xerxes, really poor challenge on there. And that's a substitute that came on for them. He was alive. So why can't our substitutes be alive to challenge it?
I agree. Anthony says 3-0 up. He was pleasing the Manu and Dorgu fans. Sunderland have 7 African players, so they will defo drop off over AFCON. I mean, that's mad, isn't it? That's mad. Moxie says Amorim alluded to his substitutions when he said afterwards that we let them back into the match when we started defending the lead. I've said time and time again, we have to back Barada's 3-year Ruben plan. You did, Moxie, but I know there was a couple of weeks there where you were a little bit unsure, like myself. Still, we have to keep the momentum, keep women, keep women. Yeah, always keep women.
Keep women, yeah, definitely.
I tell you what, I don't know if she's in tonight because I'm trying to get through the comments now. I don't think she is. Queen Sophie. Honestly, I was when the third one went in. I was trying to.
Where is she? I remember you saying, "Where is she?"
Bring me Sophie.
and sorry, everyone that was watching me. Sorry about the swearing. I was swearing so much at these goals yesterday. I've watched my reaction.
I love it. I love it, mate, because you always used to say to me, Dan, that's your one. That you yesterday, the first goal, fucking get in.
I think the first. And the fourth goal, I'd give it a big F. I'd give it a
yeah.
But, the first one was because of Anthony Taylor. And, I've watched that back. He got the slightest touch with his heel on that ball. What a stupid challenge, the way he made that challenge with his heels. So, he did get a slight touch in it. So, and it was just fairly immediately after that we scored. And Anthony Taylor, the plum, another plum referee. Some awful refereeing as well today, by the way. More awful refereeing today. And I don't know whether you noticed, I know we're going off on a tangent here. We were going through the comments. Did you see they subbed the ref at half-time in the Liverpool match yesterday?
Yeah, he had an injury, didn't he? That was absolutely abysmal.
Did you see what the new ref did before they started the second half?
Oh, tested his whistle?
No, even worse than that. He went over and gave Van Dijk a handshake. Just
Did
Van
he?
Dijk. When before he started the half, he went over and shook Van Dijk's hand. I thought, what the hell is going on here?
I said to you last night.
Van Dijk, all the refs love him.
I honestly, I said to you last night, like, if I not promoting violence, but I'd have found it very hard being a Brentford player when they've played a minute and a half over and they score.
Well, you were wound up yesterday just watching it.
I'd have a stressful day.
You were wound up watching that.
But it was then as soon as Brentford took the kickoff, he was like, beep, half time. And I'm thinking, yeah.
And he was smiling as well. You said he was smiling. Then he was telling, I hate the way they do that. You were saying as well, go away, get away.
Yeah, I'm like, mate, I'm an adult. I'm an adult, mate. You don't talk. You know what I mean? Only Mrs. Robinson gets away with that.
You see, they do it the other way as well. Then when they're wanting a free kick, they're like calling them like the dog. Here, you, here. It's like, I'm not your dog, mate.
Have you ever seen the video? Have you ever seen the video where they tried that with Zlatan and he's going here, and Zlatan just stands there and then he gets a bit closer and goes here, and Zlatan still stands there and ends up he's walked all the way over to Zlatan. You need to.
Good. The ref shouldn't be calling play. If you want to book him, go and book him. Don't be demanding players over like they're a piece of crap on your shoe.
No, I agree. Steve-O says, the thing is, if we get the momentum, we've got AFCON to consider. Our right-hand side will be weaker. Maybe. And then he says, I think we have enough to definitely beat Forest on Saturday. We had lots of possession and gave away a silly Elanga goal. That game last season, I remember Elanga scored. It was a breakaway from a corner.
Oh yeah.
We were all over him. But this is a different Forest side, and Wolfie, bless his heart. I was talking to Wolfie this morning, and I think he's had enough this season. This is a different Forest side, and this is one that I think we can go there and really give a good go in. And we'll get to watch Anderson play as well, which will be good because I'm still on Anderson watch. I think if we beat Forest, we've got Spurs after that, and if we can get a draw at Spurs and go into the next international break 5 games unbeaten, boy, I tell you something. We're getting into. Hang on a minute, what is actually happening here, Land? Do you know what I mean? And then we're getting closer to January. So
yeah, you see,
I'm buzzing.
All the players that we're looking at actually this weekend didn't have particularly good games. Wharton didn't have a particularly good game today. Anderson didn't play well either. I mean, at one point, Forest put in one of the deepest corners I've ever seen, and he was going to go out for a throw-in. He stopped it from going out for it and kicked it out for a goal kick to them. I mean, that just one example. But all the Forest players were bad today. They were bad. Bournemouth are clearly a good team. They know what they're doing as well, by the way. What is that, second and third for Sunderland and Bournemouth? Yeah. Crazy stuff. But and so these 3 boys, and Baleba didn't play well yesterday. But you know what? He's playing in a Brighton team that is pretty inconsistent at the moment, and their away stats, we made them even worse yesterday.
I sent you a picture, didn't I? I don't know if I can. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yes, you did, yeah. My phone's downstairs.
Hang on, I'll see if I can bring it up here, chat. This was... let me save this to downloads, and let me bring this up. This was posted yesterday. Baleba, I don't know if anybody saw it, Baleba got in a bit of trouble for this. And then he quickly deleted it. What would it be under? Baleba. It's not that one.
They gave the ball away a good bit yesterday. I mean, the Brighton players did. I don't know whether they thought they could just come to Old Trafford, and they were trying to generate some confidence in themselves by trying to pass it out from the back. But we slaughtered them. We absolutely slaughtered them. They were so fit. How good were Brian and Cunha yesterday, by the way?
I said this at the start. We're starting to see now, aren't we?
These 2 players yesterday. And I don't know what, I know you're looking for your picture there. I don't know what, again, I've heard mixed about, so I'll see what you think about it. You said you watched the game back. How did you think Sesko played? I thought
he was fine. I thought he was fine. Look, he's not going to score every game. We know that, but he got an assist yesterday, and I thought he made himself very, very busy. I thought he was. Yeah,
well, Mr. Neville was suggesting that he doesn't seem part of that front 3. He seems separated from them. I didn't necessarily agree with that. You can see he's a good player. Yeah, he's not setting the world on fire, but which striker that's come in from other clubs I mean, we can ask Liverpool how their new strikers are getting on currently. They're not doing great. We can ask Arsenal how their new strikers are getting on. Chelsea's new strikers injured for God knows how long. So I think he's doing all right. And you can see he holds the ball up well. He's got really good feet, and he had the assist as well in the end for Brian's.
I think he'll be fine, mate. I still think he'll get 15 league goals this season. I do. I genuinely do. I think at the moment he's been very unfortunate with his start of the season, sort of being put in, then out, then obviously against Liverpool he was dropped to the bench, which we know was for the right reasons. I think this guy will be fine. I think he'll be absolutely fine. This was the photo that he put up. So it was coming to Old Trafford with laughing faces. Then he quickly deleted it. I think this guy's twerking for United. I think he absolutely is. And we can all sit here and say, oh, he's had a poor season, but I think at his age that he is, I think what he can bring to the club. I think in the summer there's going to be serious questions. There's going to be serious bids put in for this lad.
Yeah,
other teams still want him. Of course,
like I said, he's playing in a Brighton team that's. They did really, really well last season. They've not had a great start to the season, and so there's going to be the players that played well last season are going to get the fingers pointed at them for not doing well this season or not doing what they did last season. So, yeah, I've seen him. essentially twice now, live with Wolves, against Wolves, and then yesterday as well. I thought he played fine against Wolves. I didn't have any issue with him. He got taken off at half-time. I didn't get to see a full 90 with him. He put himself about yesterday. He didn't have a great game. A few bad passes, but the whole of Brighton's defence pretty much were just playing it to our forward players for some reason. They just wanted to give us the ball.
I agree. I do. I thought, yeah. I think I still think he's class. We need to work on defending set pieces. More teams are using long throw-ins. Spurs scored 2. Do you know something? It's a good point, Mustafa. One thing about the Premier League this season: how many shithousing goals are we seeing? Like, teams are not trying to do this tick-a-tacker and it's got to be the perfect goal. Teams are just saying now, get that ball in the back of the frigging net. And
it's boring, Dan. It's boring. It's beyond boring. This long throwing, beyond boring.
Oh, it's a load of old tosh. And Moxie says, more frustrating than wondering, Dan. Yeah. And I can see the wink on there. I can see the wink. Casemiro, more G&A than Wirtz and Isak. I love that. Yeah, but he gave the pen against... do you know something? There was that, again, quickly, just a subplot here. I don't know how Van Dijk didn't concede a penalty against Brentford yesterday for elbowing Thiago. I was amazed at that. Oh, I thought they were ridiculous.
And all the Liverpool fans were dedicated. You know that? How's that a penalty? The tackle was made. It wasn't. His foot came down on the line, and the line's the penalty box. That means it's inside. I mean, I know they're trying to big up their team and everything, or go with their team, but at the end of the day, if I always try and go on the same as that one yesterday, where I thought that was a clear penalty on Ahmad, and they were going, no, there was a touch on the ball, and I still didn't see a touch on the ball with the 2 replays they played. I've seen it since, and he did get the slightest touch on the ball. So, okay, fine, we'll go with it. I still think it was harsh, but fine, okay.
My argument to Liverpool fans, and I said it to a couple of them today, I was like, so you see when you take a corner and you put the ball, and how many times do we see the ball overhanging the quadrant? Yeah. But it's okay because it's on the line. Yeah, the ball can't have it one way and not the other. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's
the line. If it's on the line, it's in. That's in the penalty box. It's in the penalty box. And if it was going to be a free kick outside the box, which the ref was thinking it would have been, if VAR had said it wasn't, his foot. The challenge was in the box because his foot came down on the line. So it's a penalty.
And do you know what? And I will swear, it's Liverpool. Fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Who cares?
They were bad yesterday again. They were bad yesterday again. Brighton were all over them. Brentford were really good yesterday, by the way. Everyone's slaughtering them for having a set piece coach as their manager and everything. But I mean, they were all over Liverpool.
He was my pick to be the first to get sacked this season.
Honestly, the potential for it was there, but
he was my pick, Kev.
Doing all right.
I said to everyone, we had it in here. We had the chat before you started doing these live ones with me, and I was like, yeah, I think he'll go first. I think he'll be horrendous. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. As Chappie says, it definitely helps us, guys. As I say, we are trying to get to 1,300, so I can only do that with the help of you phenomenal people. So make sure if you haven't hit the like button and the subscribe button, you are doing so now. Now, next question. Are we about to see Cunha unleashed? Now, before you tell me off, because I know what you're thinking straight away, he has been playing very well. So I'm not. But are we going to see now? He's got that first one, because I listened to you in the live stream yesterday, and I agreed exactly with what you said. Like you said, he needed that. He didn't need it for his performances, because I think he's been incredible, but he needed that. Now he's scored one. I think he'll stop snatching a bit. I think and it was a great finish, by the way. That ball into the bottom corner. He
was the defender as well to block the keeper and everything.
So, beautiful. My question is now, are we about to see Brian and Cunha now unleashed? The goals that Brian's got 4 in the league now. Cunha's got his 1. We signed them to help out with the goals. Yeah. We all know that. We needed them to chip in with assists. What a difference this is going to make. Yeah.
Well, just from the little clips of the little end of the game bits, I like to watch all the reaction of the fans and then of the players at the end and see what they're doing, who they're talking to, who they're going and hugging and all the rest of it. They seem to have a nice little connection, the two of them. I'm not talking about on the pitch. I mean off the pitch as well. When everything's said and done, they went and had a nice little moment with each other. And I don't know whether it was when we were still live or after we'd gone off. I was saying to you, Cunha had a bit of an injury, so he's almost maybe feels he wasn't as endeared to the fans as Brian was, because Brian's been playing well.
Yeah.
And he's got his, I know one was against Grimsby, but he got his Premier League goal, and that settles you as soon as you get your goal. And maybe Cunha was just thinking, when's this going to happen for me? It's happened for him now. You saw the smile on his face when he put that goal in yesterday.
Oh, God, mate.
When he put that goal
This is why we love football, mate. You see that smile and you just feel it, don't you?
Yeah, and so absolutely, that's exactly what he needed. He will settle now. I mean, as we'd said as well in the streams and in these, in the week streams as well, everything up to the edge of the box has just been as we'd expected. It's impossible to get the ball off. He's got 3 and 4 players on his back, and he's getting through the middle of them. But he gets to the edge of that box, and he's so desperate for that goal that he's just snatching at it. It was almost yesterday when that fell to him. He didn't think for a second. He just put his foot through it, and it was absolutely perfect.
And that, Kev, that is a great analogy. I think the best footballers in the world don't think about it; they just do. I want to put a question I want to put my first poll. I didn't realise I hadn't done one yet, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm slacking. How many goals can Cunha and Brian get this season between them? So the options are 10, 15, 20, or 30. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Get your votes in there. 10, 15, 20, or 30 between them.
Oh, yeah, between them.
Whilst you're doing that, also, there's a lot of love here for Sesko, which I'm glad to see. So Sesko was perfect. And as Wahaha said, he kept their centre-halves occupied and away from Brian and Cunha. And that, yes, right, honestly, Wahaha, this is why I love you, because that, right, we don't need the striker to bang the goals in every game. Of course, we want them to, but sometimes there are going to be games where that guy with Cunha and with Brian either side, his job is going to be to pull those defenders out and let them have the spaces. And I thought yesterday, I thought he played smart yesterday. He wasn't prolific, yes, granted, but he played smart football. So many of the best strikers in the world have done this. You don't always have to score a goal to aid your team. You can be doing other things in and around it to make a difference. And as Anthony also says, Sesko's still doing better than Salah, Wirtz, and Isak. Absolutely.
Well, that's what I said. The other strikers that have come in, he's doing better than him.
Yeah.
I think I said to you as well, for a big lad, he's got some quick feet. For a big lad, he moves his feet really quickly.
His pace on the turn is ridiculous. Moxie says Sesko occupied defence well, made good runs, and was unlucky with that ball through, which was slightly ahead of him. He creates spaces for Brian to get into. He will be okay. And Wahaha says, hope Brian and Cunha finally relaxed after both scoring and playing well for a couple of games. I'll tell you something about Brian yesterday. I know, obviously, we played Liverpool and it was great that we beat them and blah. But yesterday, for me, during the game, and I say yesterday, I watched it this morning, was the first time I was watching Brian play with a proper smile on his face and a proper, I belong here. He looked yesterday like he'd been with us for the last 3 or 4 years. He's taken the fans to his heart. He's playing on that pitch like it's his own. And I go back to it. Now that Cunha and Brian have scored their goals and, Brian's got a couple of assists as well, I can just see it now. I can see now that they are going to start really ramping it up. Yes, we waited a while for Cunha's first goal, but the future for Manchester United, if we can keep these two fit and we can keep them firing, it's glorious, mate. It is glorious because the midfield behind them will improve. They'll have players either side of them. Oh, lost my finger there. That they will build relationships with. Yesterday, again, I thought Mbeumo I thought Ahmad played really, really. I'm hiccuping here. It's the McDonald's have done that. Played really well together. I was a bit concerned about them at the start of the season. Now, the vote at the moment, so we've got, I love this. It's 50-50 between 20 and 30 goals between them. Get your votes in. How many goals can Cunha and Brian get this season between them? 10, 15, 20 or 30. I love it. Oh, Kev, do you know something? How much nicer are these shows when we come off the back of a few wins?
What I'm thinking then?
Go on.
Just on the back and Brian, thinking about Brian and Cunha, both Premier League proven players. Who was the last player we bought in the Premier League?
Bought in the Premier League
from another Premier League team
before? Right, so before Cunha.
Who was that? Have we bought anyone recently that's proven in the Premier League?
That's proven.
Or not proven, just plays from another team in the league. Who was the last player that we bought from another team in the league?
Well, discount loans.
Loans bought from another team in the Premier League.
That is a great question. Get your answers in the chat below. That is a great question.
How long? I'm just thinking, how long ago was that we went? You know what? Maybe if we buy teams from players from the teams that are in the league that know how to play in the league, we might benefit from that.
I was going to say Christian Eriksen, but he was on a free from Brentford.
Yeah. We didn't buy him. No, we didn't go out and buy him. We just got him in.
Oh, that's a great question. That is.
I can't even think. That's why while you were talking there, I was trying to think.
I'm thinking in my head's RVP, and we've definitely bought players since Robin van Persie.
Because they've all been from elsewhere.
That's a great question. Mount, of course, Mason Mount. Fucking hell. And our pants, but no, before this season, Anthony, before this season.
Yeah, no, before
Matter's another shout. Matic, of course, yeah, Matic. Bloody hell.
Man, when did we buy, man? Is that three seasons now?
Who Mount?
This
will be his third. This is his third season.
Yeah, so I mean that's a good while back that we decided to go and
hang on, it's
not his second season, is it? Is it second season? Or is this his third season?
I think this is his third season. I'm pretty sure this is his third season. Hang on a minute.
Well, I mean, even if that's right, I mean, we should be picking off
2023. It's his third season.
We should be picking off the best players from the club. At least every season, we should be picking off the players that have done well in the clubs that are in our league. And yeah, there's some great players around the world, but you can see from this season's been a standout to see how they don't just come into this league and work. They don't just come straight into this team and I mean, even some of the players from the league, like Isak's not hit the ground running, but we'll leave him out. But like the players that have come in, the league is just completely different to playing. Brian and Cunha, both of them seem like they're just taken to it. The weight of that shirt doesn't mean anything to them. They're just
I agree with that. Do you know what I'm chuckling to myself about? Steve-O's put, don't forget the FA Cup as well. Do you know something? I was about to put, but I'm glad I didn't now because I'd have looked a right idiot. I was about to put how many goals can Cunha and Brian get in the Premier League alone this season, and I remembered we're not in anything else. We're only in FA Cup. Let's run through some more of these. It was good Ahmad and Brian played together, says Andy. The front three are just magical, different, and do well. The Forest game will be tough tackling and yellow cards. I prefer Cunha over Mount. I agree. 15 each, says Anthony. All three 15 inch each, he says there. That's good.
I think 10 each they would get, I reckon, 10 each.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think 20 if they start clicking. They just need to know what to do in the final third, which they will. He caught Gyökeres and GNA, the dude everyone was drooling over and making fun of Sesko because they were being compared. I want these idiots to still call him Benjamin Tesco. I want them to say that because I tell you something, yeah? They may think that we shopped at Tesco, but Arsenal, with their player at the moment who was meant to come in and do everything, and yes, Arsenal are looking incredible at the moment, he still isn't doing what everybody thought he would.
And this is the radar a bit because
it is. So well, they have to have time to acclimatise. Both do. Okay, so rival fans call him Benjamin Tesco as much as you want, but at the moment, for all the rivals that have been saying that, he's above your club in the league, mate. So on that one. What else have we got here? I'm going to keep an eye on Elliot Anderson against Bruno and Casemiro next week. We'll link to him. A Forest in the Europa League this week.
Well, they all will be next week. It's European week, so they all will be playing, won't they?
I'm not sure if they are this week. If they are,
do they not? They all. I thought all Europe. If it was Europe week, it was Europe.
No, they haven't got one this week. I don't think. I was going to say because that would have been good for us because they'd have obviously had. Let me have a quick look. Hang on. What's the date today? The date today. Right, hang on then. So Thursday, no, they haven't. Bastards. Okay, no, that's fine. It's it's League Cup this week, isn't it? They're not in the League Cup. I know they lost to bloody Swansea, didn't they? That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, and that's Brian and Cunha. And then if we include Sesko, if we include Big Ben getting some goals as well, we're not even thinking on how many goals he might get as our striker. Just a massive difference to the team having a good forward line, and that's what I've said before on these streams as well. We quickly forget that we were horrific the last few seasons. We couldn't put the ball in the net to save our lives. We could not score a goal, and we were desperate for a good forward line, and we got it. And then we moaned about how bad the midfield is. So you can only do a certain amount at a certain time. So we've got that sorted now. We're hanging on in the midfield a little bit. So let's go and move and get the midfielders that we need now as well.
Well, we've scored 15 goals in the league this season already.
Plus for our goal difference as well.
Yeah, no, but do you know something? I know the goal difference. Obviously we want it to be higher, and we absolutely do. But let's not forget, we only scored 44 goals last season. 44.
Horrific.
We've already got 14 now, and we're only a quarter way through the season. You know what I mean? That was everything that was wrong with last season. Moxie says, I'd still like to see Ahmad tried at left wing back to overlap with Cunha, and when fully fit, I'd play Maz at right wing back. I agree. Yeah, I want Maz to be playing there. I love Mazraoui there, and I would love to see Ahmad play out there as well. And I don't think Mason Mount even wants to be playing in left wing back. I think Mason Mount, bless him, I think will play anywhere for Manchester United if it means helping the team. I absolutely do. What else have we got here? Shaw at side. Yeah, Shaw as well. Forgot about Shaw. We will spank Forest. I love that comment.
I'm not saying anything about the Forest game because of that. Because
we're going to have to have him on this week.
Anything about it at the moment.
We're going to have to have him on this week, mate. And I'm going to try. I'll see. If
I did watch a bit of his stream. I was just laughing again because he was just going, "Yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about this guy."
I'm going to be asking him to come on this week. We got to. This season has shown that the transfer strategy of Barada and Wilcox is leaning more towards Premier League experience. I think this will continue going forward. Absolutely agree with that. Good to see you. Is that Joe, I think? Is it Tattoo Gamer? Is that
Joe? Hi, Joe.
Sorry, Joe. It's just they don't put your bloody names on there anymore. I hope you... Oh, there we go. Waha has gone in there and said, make sure. Big Ben will go on to prove we picked the right one. He absolutely will. Now you can see a mile off what needs fixing, and it's a lot better than last season. This is the thing. Like I said, we've scored 14 goals already this season. Last season, 44 in the entire season. We know where we had issues last season. The most glaring one was scoring goals. This season, we're already showing that we can get more and more. When was the last time in the league we scored 4 at Old Trafford?
Don't know. I couldn't remember. And you know what? The good thing is we can, as we'd said last week as well, we're clearly showing we can change it about in terms of formation and the style of play. And the Brighton team will have been studying our game against Liverpool last week, and then have gone, they're playing Sesko this week. So all we need to do is get stuck right into him, and he's not going to get any flicks on or get any flicks down. But you know what? That was exactly what we wanted them to do, because they were completely, as people have said in the chat tonight, completely taken by him and what he was doing, and then making these terrible passes, and Cunha and Brian just snapping all over him and just getting the ball off them really quickly.
And that's it. And it just make it easy on ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Just make it easy on ourselves. Give ourselves that chance to start putting teams under. We've waited so long to be the team that is oppressing and to be pushing on and going goal after goal. We haven't had that much. This is early signs. This is early signs of us moving forward. But again, let us make sure that we continue it. You're only as good as your last game. I said that at the start. Here's a stat, says Steve-O. This is the first time since 2008 that United have led by 2+ goals at halftime at Old Trafford in 3 consecutive games. That is a stat and a half. I saw another stat that I couldn't believe. This is the first time, I think, up until yesterday, 800 days or 804 days that we finished a game week ahead of Liverpool. It's 2.5 years, Kev. You know what I mean?
These Liverpool fans are gutted, mate.
Mate, I'm seeing so many of them now going, season's over. And I'm like, come on. I saw the one disgusting prick. And I will
There's
say
many
that.
disgusting Liverpool fans.
He's the one. I tell you what, he's the one that was trying to get gifts sent when Jota died, and he was like, "Oh, you know what would make me happy if you sent a massive gift."
Right. Oh,
And he, on one of his streams, right, he's looking. And I remember, because it's TikTok, he'd have been sat there with his phone like this, spat at his phone, and I thought, you absolute moron. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some amazing Liverpool fans, but I watched that, I thought, you plonker. Andy says, this is why I love United. When we are bad, but when we click, it can be brilliant, and it will continue to be brilliant. And big up, Z. Good to see you, man. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Who knew dumping Højlund would work miracles? I still don't think. I think we should have let Xerxes go and kept him, to be fair. But you know my thoughts on that. Yeah, it was Rashi and Xerxes. Of course it was. Good night, Moxie. Thank you very much for dropping in. I'm off. Mortimer and Morehouse gone fishing is back. Enjoy, mate. Hit the like and subscribe on the way out.
Can I just give a shout out to my brother and my nephews? I'm gutted for them. They were at the game today. 2-0 down, back to 2-2, and then 90-something minute, but Burnley get the winner.
95th minute, wasn't it?
Oh, God, I'm gutted for him. I feel so bad for him. I text my nephew. He's not text me back. Just saying, like, I'm really sorry that I'm gutted for it. I don't even follow the Wolves anymore, really. But
I really wanted them to win today, mate. If they'd have won,
they had to win. Then
mate, if they'd have won today, then it would have been West Ham bottom, and Forest second bottom.
Yeah, I'm gutted for them. They're going down, and there was big confrontations at the end with the players and the fans and everything, and the manager. He's gone. He's got to go. That's terrible.
I feel bad with that because again, we're United. We're not Wolves, of course. But
no,
he built such a connection with the fan base, hadn't he?
Yeah, they loved him. Well, he apparently used to go down the pub. He goes to the pub and everything, and they see him in the pub and stuff like that. But no, it's just because it's my brother's team and they were there and everything. And I was desperately watching the game, and I was like, oh no, they're 2-0 down there. It was 2-2, and they scored a couple of cracking goals, and they were really pushing on towards the end of that game, and then Burnley get one in the 95th minute or something.
Burnley, it's always back. I hate Burnley. Massive shame to let the goals in. Dorgu masterclass. Lemmy was really solid again. Lemmy was quality.
Some people did question and said that he could have got to that free kick. What do you think?
So what he did, I saw it. I watched it a couple of times because I like watching free kicks. I always check whether. I mean, I've never played in goal in my life, so I don't know why I'm even saying this. But I always check what the keeper's doing and what he did wrong. But again, it's only a minuscule thing, and all keepers do this. He shifts to the one side as he takes the shot, and then he's trying to get back because it was quite central, wasn't it? But do you know something? If that's as bad as his errors get at Manchester United,
he got a finger on it, didn't it? I think he did.
Yeah.
He did get.
And also, mate, I tell you what, he was good at claiming crosses again yesterday. And I heard you on the stream, and I thought I'm gonna have to try and listen out for that when you were like, keeper, and I did. I heard him scream, keeper coming out.
Just screaming it so loud.
Mate, he could be a bargain for us. Like if he, and he will only get better. His age, he will only get better. Courtois raves about him, says he's absolutely incredible.
He made some good saves as well. The one that he put round the post that they didn't even get a corner for, that was going in. That was. Yeah. I reckon if it's hitting the post, it's posting in. But I think that one was going in. We'll never know.
500, yeah, we'll never know. 500 million spent to be crap. That's Liverpool for you. December 1st. Okay, yeah, I do remember it. I do. In fact, I do remember that game. I know exactly where I was, and it wasn't a nice place. Anyway, nothing bad. I don't mean mentally. I mean, I was in a shit pub. Anyway, guys, look, thank you very much for sticking with tonight. It's good to be back, and I just want to reiterate again, this community. I say it all the time, and I mean it. Me not being here yesterday, obviously, when you found out what the reason was, each and every one of you, straight in with some fantastic messages. I thank you all very much. This is why this community is going to grow into such a fantastic one. And it already is a fantastic one. It's because of the great people in this chat. So I can only say thank you very much for that. Kev, just want to reiterate again, thank you very much for yesterday. It was very last minute. I had to run the laptop round to you, but I do appreciate you, mate. Sorry?
Sorry for the swearing.
No, mate, honestly, I love it.
I apologise each time anyway. So while I'm apologising, that's fine. I do massive swear and then just, sorry, everyone. Sorry for swearing.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And she is getting better. She's definitely getting better. I've been round twice to see her today. She's improving. She's fine. But guys, that's it from Kev and I. Kev United, tell them where they can find you, my dude.
Kev87, I'll be here. I am. I've said to this, I think, in my own live stream yesterday, as you know, I've been off work for a good number of months now. Not for anything I did, by the way. A few mental health problems I've had. So this has helped me, this community as well has helped me, and meeting you and the lovely Mrs. Robinson. And I am back to work tomorrow, Dan, for the first time for a long time, as you know. But yeah, I'll be here. I'll be doing my reactions 3 a day, Kev87.
Hang on a minute. Is that the boot I can hear now? You're going back to work? No, they're fuming.
No more booting it.
No more booting it. And you can also get you can subscribe to Kev's channel. It is there, so make sure you do. And good save there, Wahaha. He says, and to Dan if you haven't already. So guys, that's it. We will see you tomorrow. Kev, you will be here. It's Monday.
Yes, absolutely.
We will both see you tomorrow on Monday, 8 o'clock. All that's left to say is Dan United, Kev United, Manchester United in European places. There's only one way to finish it. See you later. Is it back to... Oh! Ball played back across. And it's Maguire!